Hey guys, Rohan and Ryan Stevens here.
Howdy.
We recently got to play at the Titanfall event a little while ago, but something that I like personally when it comes to games like this, I like looking at loadouts, I like looking at weapons, I like looking at attachments, I like seeing what's going to be my options when I finally play the game. So we recorded the full loadout menus, everything that was available to us.
At the time.
At the time, so I imagine this is not the full slate of weapons, ordnance, kits, all that kind of stuff. But we're going to just kind of show you what's there so far. So, as you can see, this is the pilot loadout menu. Kind of like you would expect in Call of Duty, Battlefield, Killzone, all that kind of stuff. You know, you have a primary weapon.
I think the anti-Titan weapon's probably worth kind of pointing out, though.
Yeah, so in addition to primary and sidearm, you also have an anti-Titan weapon that there are multiple options, and we'll look at what you can equip in a little bit. But like perks from Call of Duty, you can see the kits on the right. Highlighted in, I guess, a burnt orange color.
A burnt sienna.
And we'll start from the bottom, and we'll go through those later. But this particular loadout has an explosives pack, so you carry extra ordnance. Ordnance is your equipment, like grenades and all of that kind of stuff. Dome shield battery, and above that, your tactical ability, which is an activated ability.
Is the kit always one thing for the pilot and one thing for the Titan?
I believe so.
Okay.
We'll scrub ahead in a little bit and look at the Titan loadout, because there's a totally separate screen specifically for your Titan. So below tactical, you have ordnance, which, like I said, is like a grenade or anything else. So let's kind of poke around in here. The primary weapon. So there are no weapon classes like assault rifle, SMG, that you can select from, and then it gives you a full list of those weapons like you would find in Call of Duty. In this capture that we did at the event, there are only 5. So there aren't any variants of an assault rifle or a carbine. And
you can see later on we unlocked the sniper rifle. It's locked here when we captured this, but within our playing within an hour, we were able to unlock the sniper rifle.
So they give little descriptions, and then also damage, accuracy, range, and fire rate statistics, which is nice because you can weigh them against each other. So each weapon has a subset of attachments, like you would find in other games. So far, I mean, it's not a really robust set of attachments.
It's the standard stuff.
It's super standard.
And these are unlocked, as you can see right here, with the HCOG, holographic combat optical gun sight. So you unlock some stuff just by leveling, but here you actually have to do challenges. Here it's, kill 50 grunts with the carbine. And the grunts are the AI-controlled soldiers on the enemy's team. Kill 100, kill 200. So it's like pretty normal progression.
Cool. So going to the anti-Titan weapon. So in what we played at the event, there were 2 options. The heavy rocket, which is what you see here, which just fires one big-ass rocket.
And I think it's worth noting, so the anti-Titan weapon can be used on soldiers. I think you would go a little slower when you're using it, perhaps. But it also means a pilot, not in a Titan, you can actually do damage. I mean, you are very vulnerable to a Titan, but if they're playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots with another Titan, you can actually really hurt them with these weapons. So you're still a threat.
Yeah, and then there's the Sidewinder, which is if it's just a rapid-fire micro missile launcher, as it says. I mean, I would say that they both behave fairly similarly. You'd want to try to get behind a Titan, fire at it, and then run away or cloak while you reload. So sidearm, not a lot going on here. I didn't actually really even use my sidearm.
I messed around with the auto pistol.
So here's where it gets interesting for me, because you have a tactical ability. Not many to choose from in what we played, but Cloak, which is pretty essential, I found, when playing. It cloaks you for a limited amount of time, and then there's a cooldown, recharge, and you can use it again. The other one is Stim, and it gives you a short burst of energy to your movement speed and also health regen. Did you ever use that?
No, I only use Cloak.
In the final, I would expect there would probably be more than just 2.
Yeah, just like how the weapons we're figuring there's going to be more than the 5.
So ordnance, like I said earlier, grenades, frag grenade, which is pretty standard, and then there's like an arc grenade, which behaves a little bit like an EMP. It distorts Titans and their ability to kind of see.
There was not that much grenade spam when we were playing. People were definitely focusing more on guns and their Titans than lobbing grenades.
Yeah. So kits. These are what I would consider like the perks of this game that you're familiar with in like Call of Duty and stuff. There are a couple. None that I think are too exciting. I didn't really. They didn't really affect me when I played.
I never looked at these at all, to be honest with you.
But nice little modifiers.
Helps your parkour, helps your explosives, helps your recharge.
Pretty standard stuff. And then there's a second kit slot, which are different ones. I would like to point out the dome shield battery. Didn't really think about very much because I all of those
using it though.
Yeah. So this is interesting. This gives you a short range jump. We didn't get to level 14 in what we played, so I didn't get to experience this, but this sounds very, very interesting.
Yeah, because your Titan can't jump. It can boost around. Even though your pilots are highly mobile, you can double jump, you can wall run. Your Titans are a lot more kind of landlocked, so this seems interesting.
Yeah, I really dig the minion detector, though, because I'm a big fan of farming the minions. I know, it's weird. You can change your gender.
Just like that.
Yeah, it's fairly simple. Okay, so like the pilot, you have a Titan loadout as well. It's a little simpler. You don't have a ton of different weapons. You just have a couple to choose from. There was only one chassis available, and that was the Atlas. There was no Strider, no Ogre. However, we did get an Ogre burn card. That was pretty cool, so we got to play that. So the burn card menu, you get 3 slots and a multitude of burn cards, and you can equip them and use them over the course of the game. But once you use them, they're gone, and they look like magic cards, and they have a set of rarity.
Yep, and they last only for 1 life. They do have flavor text. So we got this prosthetic legs one. We got that a bunch. I think that's definitely a common one. Rohan just mentioned we got an Ogre Titan. I think that's probably a little more rare. You get a Titan for free. But they're definitely you can mix and match between pilot abilities, Titan abilities, cooldowns, different sorts of weapon modifiers, and stuff like that. But it is like a use it and lose it sort of thing. So it makes you want to play a little more carefully when you're using a burn card.
Okay, so as you saw earlier, there is a Titan loadout screen as well. So you just get a primary weapon, which there are a few different options, but there was a chain gun and a rail gun, and then there was also like this volley, like a missile volley. But what's interesting to me is the tactical abilities. The only things that were available were the Vortex Shield, which is what you've probably seen a lot of Capture, or the guys when they pull up the shield and grab all the bullets and then fire them back. Ordnance, which is a side weapon. The only thing available is the rocket salvo.
And that's on a cooldown.
Correct. And then there's Kit, which is like the perks. Your Titans do have perks. So for this one, the regen booster and auto eject. If you look at the tank, you'll see that there's the nuclear ejection. So one thing I want to point out is that this acts like a martyrdom. If you're familiar with that mechanic from Call of Duty, when your Titan explodes, it damages everything around it. You can combo that with the auto eject. So you can see that there are different kit combos that you'll be able to do. And I'm sure that there will be a ton more in the final version.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll affect like melee. We saw the minion detector. Maybe there'll be something that actually affects your minions, maybe makes them stronger. Right. I don't know if that would be through Titans or pilots.
The Atlas, each chassis, I assume, there's 3. There's the Strider, there's the Atlas, there's the Ogre. Each chassis has a different core ability, and these are set into those those specific types. You cannot change them. So for the Atlas, you get a damage core, and it's under a cooldown, but it increases, it's like quad damage. It increases your damage for a short duration. When we played as the Ogre, from that burn card, there was a shield core, and the Ogre is armor-oriented, so the shield core increases your, I mean, it is what it is. It increases your shields for a certain number of time. I don't know what the Strider's is, but I assume it's probably a movement speed. That would be my suggestion.
And are you sure how you trigger your core ability?
That it's under a cooldown,
does getting kills make it appear quicker? Do you know?
I think so.
Okay,
I think
so
so.
It's like getting your Titan.
It's
the
like, right.
better you do, the quicker you can use it.
Right, and I actually forgot that it was there a lot of the time. Totally, I totally forgot. But no, those are even deeper modifiers for each of the 3 different Titan types. So definitely keep an eye on those as well. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through this stuff because I find it very interesting, especially if you're going to get into the beta. You may want to pre-plan some of these loadout options and think about how you're going to approach it. So thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, have a good beta, guys.